Hello, everyone. My name is Albert Adkins, and I'm going to be talking to you about plants used in Ayurvedic medicine. Um, so, I kind of got this interest from a previous class, actually, called Medical Sociology. In that class, we discussed the different types of medicines practiced all across the world. One thing I did get from that class was I was actually very oblivious to um, the forms of medicine that are used all across the world. I kind of thought that everybody's uh, practice of medicine was very similar to us in America, and that's actually not the case at all, thus being Ayurveda. And one reason for that is because Ayurveda is 100%, if not 100%, 99.99% natural. All of their ingredients are from the earth, such as plants, herbs, spices. Everything is 100% natural. Um, so it's kind of been a new topic in America, and I haven't really heard of Ayurveda very much prior to that class that I took. And that's because, like I said, it's kind of a new topic in the United States. So while many Americans think that Ayurveda is this new um, booming type of medical procedure or form of medicine, it's not the case at all. Ayurveda was actually originated in India well over 3,000 years ago. As of today, over 90% of people in India still use Ayurveda. Um, so another reason why Ayurveda is very different is they focus on three types of body systems of the human body. Um, they are technically called energy complexes. However, in India, they are called doshas. Um, doshas are basically energies that will make up each and every individual. They're more like an energy force. So when these forces are affected or they are interrupted, that's what causes, they believe, sickness, pain, chronic diseases, illnesses. So anything that is related to health, that is anything negative, is because there's interference in these doshas. Um, these doshas are called Veda, Pitta, and Kapha. Veda, if a person's Veda force is interfered with, they can feel a sense of isolation, fear, anxiety, exhaustion, many physical ailments. They can get like body sweats, body tics, jitters, tremors, and muscle cramping. When Pitta is affected or interfered with, a person can feel a sense of anger, frustration, jealousy. They can also feel a lot of issue or have a lot of issues with their organs, such as organ failure, disorders, and a lot of dysfunctions with body tissue. When Kapha is affected, this one's kind of interesting. People will get a sense of greed or stubbornness, along with having digestion, organ issues, and troubles throughout the body as far as tremors, along with Veda's symptoms. So going back to what Ayurveda uses, as I mentioned, Ayurveda uses hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different types of plants. Just to give a very, very quick example, some of these plants used for Ayurvedic medicine is in what India calls ambal, which is what we know as the water lily. This is one type of ingredient used for many different procedures in Ayurveda. So ambal, or water lily, helps with dysphagia, diarrhea, hemorrhoids, which is kind of interesting. Another ingredient is judicai, which in America is known as nutmeg. This helps with a lot of injuries that we would know as like sports related injuries, such as like muscle cramps, ligament tears, ligament sprains, um, muscle tears, muscle sprains, um, and it can also help with a lot of digestive issues such as like stomach disorders, along with even more critical um, types of things such as like paralysis. Um, Another ingredient is called elu, which we know is sesame or sesame seeds. This can help with fertility for men and women. So if a man or woman is having trouble um, in that area, um, they would take sesame and it would help essentially with their fertility. Um, and I mean, these are just that's just a very very similar or a very small aspect of Ayurveda. That's just the plants and everything and spices and herbs that are used. Um, so what do essentially doctors do with these plants and herbs and spices? Well, these doctors essentially again are far different, um, or very much different than doctors in America, whereas doctors will use tools, machines, or even open you up for surgeries. In Ayurveda, that does not happen. These doctors are going in and taking these ingredients essentially from a garden. They're picking whatever type of plant is used for whatever your ailment is, going into what we would call a laboratory, and like grinding up these ingredients, the plants, the herbs, the spices, and making a concoction that, and what they believe would help with the illness or ailment. From there, it would kind of create like an oil or like a clay type of texture, which whatever ingredients they are using, and many of these procedures would be essentially therapeutic massages. Um, so you would have the doctor or a team actually massage or place the um, ingredients on the body and then massage the body, which would help with these doshas, and try to relax the doshas and everything. Um, Now, there's also other things that are mixed in with these ingredients, such as like milk and rice and everything like that, just to help with like the texture. Um, and as I mentioned before, it's so much different than our form of medicine. Um, so here's some examples of kind of what Ayurveda would look like, such as what a doctor would use. So here's some like ingredients. So like I said, this would be kind of like if the doctor would pick all of the plants and spices and everything and like start grinding and crushing these things to make the actual essentially potion for the type of massage that they would use. And from there, here are some of what the massages would look like. So it looks like a normal massage, so it could like focus on the back, but also focus on like feet, shoulders, and this is when I mentioned like they have like a team of actual people massaging your whole body or whatever's being affected, like that. Sometimes they'll use stones. This one would be for like major headaches or migraines. They would actually focus obviously on the head. That's one of the type of instruments they use to pour the oils all over the body. So as I mentioned before, Ayurveda is a really interesting type of medicine, and like I said, it's being gradually incremented into American society. The cool thing is, you don't have to go far to get Ayurvedic medicine if you are interested in it. Um, it's becoming such a hit in America that there are so many Ayurveda spas, is what they call them, not hospitals. So if you're having issues with your doshas, you can go to these spas and they will essentially help you alleviate your symptoms and ailments. Um, and one of the cool things that I found out while researching in this paper was, I believe it was 6 out of 10 of the 10 highest ranked uh, spas in the world are actually in America, such as I believe it was Boston, New York, um, Ohio, I believe is one. So you don't have to go far. You don't have to go across the seas to get this type of medicine, and it's more and more gradually being more spas are opening up in America. So if you're interested in Ayurveda, check it out. I know I'm definitely interested in it. It's way less harmless. Like I said, it's 100% natural. There's not many side effects have been told about. So it's definitely something interesting, and I definitely would like to try it for myself. So that is myself talking a little bit about Ayurvedic medicine. Thank you, and have a good day.